The rain started. And so did everything else. The elevator in the Vector Tower came to a standstill between the 14th and 15th levels. A dull thud rang through the steel walls, as if someone pounded them with extraordinary strength. My hand rushed to my pocket. My phone had died. Not simply out of battery. It had died with one last raspy beep, like a live thing breathing a last warning. Damn it! I growled, feeling a bead of perspiration run down my collar. With only 30 seconds till the most significant presentation of my career, I was stuck in this metal coffin, cut off from the rest of the world. Then, ding! The doors slid open. But not on the 15th floor. Before me stretched a black maintenance shaft, illuminated only by the flickering glimmer of emergency lighting. The air smelled like ozone and something unpleasant. The walls were scarred with long, jagged scratches, as if something had clawed its way up out of desperation. In the corner, on the floor, lay a broken smartphone. Exactly like mine. I entered the conference room exactly 12 minutes late. The huge doors snapped shut behind me, like a trap closing. The Vector boardroom was bathed in antiseptic LED light, so intense that every face appeared frighteningly pale. The air was bone-dry, scratching against my throat. The CEO, Mr. Kowalski, sat at the far end of the obsidian table, like a judge presiding over a trial. His face was flawless and strangely still, a wax mask of a man. When I began my presentation, his steepled fingers did not even quiver. Excellent calculations, Denis. His tone was perfectly measured, even approving, but lifeless. Robotic. I should have been relieved. Instead, frost dripped down my spine. His eyes. God has eyes. They did not blink. Not once. Not in the entire 20 minutes that I spoke. His pupils were black pinpricks, locked on me with the cold precision of a surveillance camera. When I looked away, I swear I saw something move in the shadows beneath the table. Something that resembled fingers. Or wires. "We'll be in touch," Kowalski responded, his lips forming a smile that never reached his eyes. I left the room with a chilly, heavy feeling in my stomach. The doors silently clicked behind me, revealing a trap. When I stepped into my flat, the quiet hit me like a physical force. Not only silent, absence. Even the refrigerator's normal hum was gone. The odd silence strained against my eardrums. On the kitchen table, where I had placed my dead phone, it was now turned on. The screen shone an eerie blue in the faint light. I approached carefully, my pulse pounding. The display displayed my most recent photo, taken 3 days ago in this identical kitchen. I was smiling beside the window. But suddenly I noticed something I hadn't previously. A dark, smeared form appeared behind me, in the shadowed corner. At first, I assumed there was an error in the photograph. Then, I leaned closer. My breath caught. It moved. Slow, subtle, and irrefutable. The smear swirled, resembling smoke spiraling in air. Cold sweat pricked my neck. My fingers jerked toward the telephone. The smear lunged, expanding to fill the screen. For one heart-stopping moment, I thought I saw eyes. The screen became dark. But I knew. Something had invaded my home with that terrible gadget. And it waited. iPhone 13 Pro. Mint condition. $100. Urgent. The Craigslist advertisement screamed fraud, but I couldn't operate without my phone. The vendor insisted on meeting in an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. Broken windows. Graffiti. The stink of rotting. He emerged from the shadows without making a sound, a pallid man in his 30s with shaky hands. "It works perfectly," he said quietly, throwing the phone at me. "But sometimes, it makes its own decisions." His eyes were excessively large. "What the hell does that mean?" "It learns," he said, then vanished into the darkness. The new phone awoke in my hands. The screen sprung to life. It set up contacts, images, and even my passwords without my participation. Then it vibrated. "Unknown number, do not go home tonight. He's waiting in your bedroom." I laughed. A dumb trick. But when I opened my apartment door, the air was stale, like if something had been breathing in there for hours. The bedroom closet creaked open on its own. Inside, on the shelf, was my old phone. Cracked screen. "The power is on." My face turned away from the display. But the lips moved. "You bought it," the recording said quietly. "Now it buys you." I stumbled backward. Something shifted in the mirror. 3:17 a.m. I awoke to a vibration. The new phone had triggered its camera all by itself. My face dominated the entire screen. But the eyes were not mine. "You've joined the network," it stated in my voice. The taste of copper filled my mouth. Fear. I threw the phone into a full bathtub. Water hissed. It kept ringing. The submerged screen displayed the text, "Integration complete." I looked up. In the mirror, my hand picked up the phone on its own. I awoke the following morning. The phone rested on the pillow near me. A fresh voicemail was left. "Thank you for the body. Now find the next one." In the mirror, I grinned. But that wasn't my smile. The end. Or is it?